just going to show you how to work a couple of these using the notes that you just took. So think about the notes you just wrote down, look over them as you're working some of these for guidance. It says consider the following expressions: 4/7 times 2/3 and 4/7 times 5/3. Which two, so that means there's going to be two answers, statements listed below are true of the products above. So that means products means you would have to multiply. So it says the product of 4/7 and 2/3 is less than the fraction 4/7. This one says greater than, less than, greater than, equal to. So that means you're really not having to find the answer, you're going to predict. So I'm going to write this one over here first, 4/7 times 2/3. And then I look at the one beside it, and it's 4/7 times 5/3. So I notice very quickly that the consistent fraction is 4/7, the one that we're looking at. So I notice in the first one that we're multiplying 4/7 times a fraction. 2/3 is a fraction. So remember what I told you, if you're multiplying a fraction times a fraction, you're getting 4/7 of 2/3, and anytime you're multiplying a fraction times a fraction, your answer or your product is always going to be smaller. So the product of 4/7 times 2/3 is less than the fraction 4/7. So smaller and less than would be the same thing. So that's what it would be. The product of 4/7 times 2/3, fraction times a fraction, your answer doesn't get greater than, it gets less than, so it can't be that. The product of 4/7 times 5/3. Now look right here, it changed. You're not timesing times 2/3, it switched it to 5/3. Notice they used the same denominator, and they do that sometimes to trick you. But 4/7 times 5/3, so I'm going to go down here and I'm going to look. This time I'm multiplying a fraction times an improper fraction. A fraction times an improper fraction. Remember what I told you when we were taking notes earlier? If your numerator is larger, then your answer is going to be larger than the fraction you started with. An improper fraction is actually a mixed number. So anytime you're doing 4/7 of 5/3, 5/3 will get smaller, but 4/7 is going to get larger. 4/7 doesn't actually get larger. The product is going to be larger than 4/7 because 5 is larger than 3. Then your answer is going to be larger than the fraction you started with. So look at your answer choices. It says the product of 4/7 times 5/3 is less than. It's not going to be less than. The product of 4/7 times 5/3 is greater than. Yes, it's going to be greater than. And the reason you know is because if your numerator is greater than your denominator, your answer will be greater than the fraction you started with. If your numerator is less than your denominator, then your answer is going to be less than the fraction you started with. All right, and then the last one, the product is equal to, they're not equal to. Let's check just to prove these are designed totally to work by knowing that a fraction times a fraction, your answer is less, and a fraction times an improper fraction, your answer is greater than. But let's check just to verify. 4/7 times 2/3, you would say 4 times 2 is 8, 7 times 3 is 21, and we're comparing it to 4/7, so our answer, we want to know, is our answer greater than 4/7 or is our answer less than? So you would just come over here and you would compare 4/7, 8 over 21, 7 times 8 is 56, 21 times 4 is 84, 56 is less than 84, so 8 over 21 is less than 4/7. So we were correct. Let's check this one. 4 times 5 would be 20. 7 times 3 would be 21. So if you have 4 over 7 compared to 20 over 21, say 4/7, 20 over 21. Crisscross multiply, that's going to give you 140. Crisscross multiply, that's going to give you 84. And then you say 140 is greater than 84, so 20 over 21 is greater than 4/7. So we were correct there. Be careful when you're doing these. I promise you, if you can memorize those notes, it's going to save you lots of trouble, and you won't have to do all the working out. You can just do the predicting by looking. Okay, look at the next one. The next one asks which statement is true about the product. So on this one, they're wanting to know which is true about the product. So again, you can do predicting and not really have to, you may have to work it out, but you can predict before. So 5 times 3/4, we're timesing by a whole number. Remember what we said in our notes. If you're multiplying by a whole number, your answer is always going to be smaller than your whole number, but bigger than your fraction. Smaller than your whole number because you're going to get 3/4 of 5. So that means 5 will get smaller, but your answer will be larger than 3/4. So it says the product's greater than 1 but less than 2, greater than 2 and less than 3, greater than 3 and less than 4, greater than 4 and less than 5. Okay, that doesn't really help me, so I'm actually going to have to work that one out. So all you're going to do is say 5 over 1 times 3/4 and just work it out. 5 times 3 is 15. 1 times 4 is 4. And then that's an improper fraction. So don't forget, you've got to make an improper fraction a mixed number. So 15 over 4, come over and divide. 15 divided by 4, 4 going to 15 3 times. That's 12. I subtract. My answer is 3 3/4. So remember, 3 3/4 is more than 3, but not quite 4. So your answer would be C. It comes between 3 and 4. Don't forget, you should be working these out on your worksheet as I go through this. Make sure you write down what I'm writing down. So take the time to put these notes on your handout. That way you have this to look at for a guide as you work on the ones by yourself in a few minutes. If at any time I'm working quicker than you can keep up, just pause the video and catch up and then move forward. Look at the next one. Janice made 48 cookies on Monday. Janice took 3/4 of the cookies to her school party and left the rest in the kitchen. How many cookies did Janice take to her school party? Well, always go up there and read in your question, what does it tell you? The answer is, how many cookies did Janice take to her school party? It says, Janice took 3/4 of the cookies to her school party. So write that down. She took 3/4 of the cookies. Write that on your paper. 3/4 of the cookies. Now we're going to turn this into our problem. 3/4 we can use. Of, remember I said means to multiply, of the cookies. How many cookies were there to start with? There were 48. So there's your answer. 3/4 times 48. So all you had to do now is work it out. So 3/4 times, don't forget to put your whole number over 1, and then you multiply straight across. 4 times 1 is 4, and then you're going to do 48 times 3. If you don't know 48 times 3, come over to the side and work it out. 24, carry your 2. 12 plus 2 is 14. So you've got 144 over 4. You know you can't leave it 144 over 4. It's an improper fraction, so make it a mixed number. 144 divided by 4, that'll go 3 times. That's 12. Subtract. 4 going to 24 6 times. So your answer is, how many cookies did Janice take to her party? Of the 48 cookies, she took 36. That's it. All right, let's do one more. Anne has 2 sunflowers. The first sunflower measures 2.5 inches tall. The second sunflower is 2 times as tall as the first sunflower. How tall is the second sunflower? We'll go up there and find the answer. It says, How tall is Ann's second sunflower? The second sunflower is 2 times as tall as the first sunflower. So it says 2 times the first one. So you must turn that into a problem. 2 times the first one is 2.5. And then there's your problem. Now, I'm afraid some of you will struggle here, so pay attention as I work an example. I noticed as I was grading your paper, some of you had trouble with mixed numbers. Remember, you can't multiply until you put your whole number over 1. And then you cannot multiply a mixed number times a fraction or a mixed number times a whole number until you make it an improper fraction. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5 over 2. And then now all you have to do is multiply straight across. 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 2 is 2. I divide and get an answer of 5. Remember, make sure you're writing this down. If you need to pause the video so that you have the answer. Let's do number 5 together, and then you can work the rest of them on your own because I would have worked an example, I believe, of all of them, but I'll check before I stop. 4 friends bought 15 oranges and shared them equally. Now, using your keyword sheet, some new words have come into play here. We have brought in shared and equally. So look at your keyword sheet in your notes that I had you to write down on Monday, and you should notice that shared and equally tells us we're going to divide. You're going to divide this time. You're sharing something. You're giving it away. Which 2 numbers represent the amount of oranges each friend received? Okay, so we're going to share them, so we're going to have to figure out how many they received. So ask yourself, what are you sharing? What are you giving away? You are giving away oranges. So you're going to put the oranges first. So 15 shared equally means divide, divided by, and how many friends were there? There were 4. So 15 divided by 4. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to say 15 divided by 4. 4 will go into 15 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. I subtract. My answer is 3 3/4. So I look over here. I have 3 3/4, but I notice that it says which 2 answers. So ask yourself, if my answer is 3 3/4, what have I taught you you can turn a mixed number into? You are right, an improper fraction. So all you're doing right now is making an equivalent, and the way you make an equivalent to 3 3/4 is you turn it into an improper fraction. So 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15 over 4. So your 2 answers are 15 over 4 and 3 3/4. Okay, the next one, I'm going to set it up for you. Stephen needs 3 1/3 cups of flour to make 1 batch of cookies. If Stephen wants to make 3 batches, how many cups of flour will he need? So 3 1/3 to make 1, but he doesn't want to make 1. He wants to make 3, so you're going to multiply. Use your examples to solve these. Jan wants to make 5 cakes, 1 for each of her teachers. She needs 2.5 cups of sugar for each cake. How much total sugar does Jan need? On your keyword sheet, remember total means to add or multiply, but since we're going to make 5 cakes, it would make more sense to multiply. So she wants 5 cakes. Each cake needs 2.5 cups. Don't forget, put your whole number over 1 and make 2.5 an improper fraction. Next one, Quinn has 6 gallons of water and many water bottles to fill. If each water bottle holds 2/8 of a gallon, how many water bottles can Quinn fill? Okay, so you were wanting to fill water bottles. You have a total. How many total gallons of water do you have you want to put? You want to put 6. So you want to divide the 6 gallons into 2/8 of a gallon. So you're going to divide by 2/8. 6 divided by 2/8. Don't forget, 6 over 1 divided by 2/8. Now when you're dividing, remember you have to remember that saying, keep, change, flip. So you're going to keep 6 over 1. You're going to change division to multiplication and flip 2 over 8 to 8 over 2. And then you just multiply straight across and simplify your answer. And number 9, you should know how to do number 9. All you have to do is multiply straight across. You can do this if you want to. A, B, C, D, and just put your answers up here beside them. That will be fine. Don't forget, when you multiply straight across, you just multiply straight across. So all you'd have to do is say 6/7 times 4/5 equals, and you just say 6 times 4 is 24, 7 times 5 is 35, and then look down here and you notice there's your answer, 24 over 35, so you just come up here and put a B there. Okay, you can work those last 3, and then the last one, Mark has 10.5 yards of fencing. He uses 6/7 of the fencing to build a pen for his new rabbit. How many yards of fencing does Mark use for his new rabbit pen? One more time. Mac, not Mark. Mac has 10.5 yards of fencing. He uses 6/7 of the fencing to build a pen for his new rabbit. How many yards of fencing does he use? Well, he uses 6/7 of the fencing. So you have to find your answer up there. He uses 6/7 of the fencing. So 6/7 times, he had 10.5 yards. Don't forget, you will need to make 10.5 an improper fraction, and then you will multiply straight across.